Self-Reg is yet another one of those programs that works best for kids who need it least and doesn't work for the most challenging kids. This one's an interesting one. I presented not too long ago at a school, and parents came out, and there were some teachers there. And it was one of those evening presentations, just sort of an introduction. But I still remember the special education teacher, the resource teacher, coming to me late afterwards, saying she loved it. She was already doing most of this. That's what she perceived. I mean, it's a 1 hour talk, so you already know that probably not. Well, definitely not. There's just no way. But then she said it works really great for all of those except for this group of kids. And she had a label for this group of kids, and they had a diagnosis. Several of them had a diagnosis, but it was like the highest trouble, the most troubling behaviors from her perspective. And that's what she thought. They needed this sort of the self-control. I'm going to manage you.
So rather than answering this, since I could talk about this forever, let me remind you of an email you sent me last night. Do you remember what he said?
I sent you a few emails
The one you sent from our buddy?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And the extraordinary changes that he had observed in this child, what was it, a year and a half?
Yeah.
And that the case that he was talking about was the most challenging in his class. Yeah. So my experience is the following. My experience is that if you do not understand self-reg, and that means you have gone through foundations, all of them, then you will ask that question. Yeah. And if you have done all of the foundation, right up through foundations 4, you will just laugh when you hear that question because it is so far from the fact. But the truth is, it's a reflection that I need to learn more. The answer isn't, we want to reframe this question, reframe this misconception. I don't mean this in a negative way that you don't know enough. I mean this in a positive way, you don't know enough.
Yeah, and absolutely, and even starting with the basic definitions that you're working with. It's, it often goes hand in hand with an understanding that this is laissez-faire, free-for-all kind of that we're suggesting in no structure. And that's not it at all. Individual variability, each child is different. Why now? And there's a lot to learn.